We're live. Is this enough light? Is this enough light? I think I'm gonna turn all the lights off um when the movie starts because I just wanna have the movie experience with this one. Because it's been a minute since I watched Under the Red Hood. Um I definitely want to watch it again. Alright. Wait for some people to join here. The start time is 4 o'clock. It's in 13 minutes from now, so gonna wait for some people to file in and we'll start bitch. And we got some people in here. Yeah, we're getting ready. I say, yeah, 12, 13 minutes. We're going to start it. Batman Under the Red Hood. Yeah, you got your Blu-rays. Get set to 0 minutes, 0 seconds. I have it on that right now. All right now. The movie's an hour and 15 minutes long, so once again, not that much time. But yeah, man. Getting ready. I feel good. I feel good right now. All right. Feel relaxed. Nerdy in many ways has just popped in. Just watched it last night. Wow, we watched Under the Red Hood last night. Sweet. Um, I just read my trades of Under the Red Hood. Well, Under the Hood is what it's known as. Um, this is the main story. These two volumes right here. Of course, they reprinted these books, and now it's just called Under the Red Hood to stay in line with the movie. But I also have the spin-off by the same author, The Red Hood Lost Days, which just goes through Jason Todd's comeback, to Gotham City and stuff, his journey back. But yeah, man, good reads. Oh, Inferno's in the building. Oh yeah, man, this is one of the better DC animated movies. I would say it's top five for sure. It might even be top three. It's pretty close. I don't know. What are you guys saying? Metalhead's in the building just in time. Yep, we're gonna start in 10 minutes. So get your stuff lined up, and we'll watch the movie together here. Now, of course, there's a lot of changes in the movie from the book, but in this case, I don't think it matters. I actually think the movie's better for it because in the book you got like stuff like Mister Freeze is in there. You got some other side characters that only pop up in Under the Hood. They're not really like big important characters. But yeah. Nerdy says, in my opinion, the Dark Knight Returns two-part film is probably the top with Under the Red Hood up there, top five. Oh yeah, for definitely top five. Definitely top five. Yeah, I would say Dark Knight Returns is probably number one. Like number one. And I actually like watching it in part one and part two form, I actually like watching it like that. Wow, is it syncing up? How's the internet connection? How is the internet connection? Um, maybe if I turn the internet off on my PS3, maybe that'll help. It might help. But yeah, hopefully, the internet doesn't lag like this the whole time. Did do that the last. It did do that the last stream a little bit. It's pretty annoying. Don't connect. I don't want it to connect. I don't need it to connect. What's up, Invictus? Welcome to the stream. Getting ready here. Inferno says Dark Knight Returns is phenomenal. The Year One movie is pretty good too. Oh yeah, we just watched Year One on this channel. Yeah, that's a great movie. It's literally like word for word the comic. It's pretty incredible. Pretty incredible what they did. Love it a lot. And nothing against Judd Winnick. Winnick? I don't know how to say his name. The guy who wrote Under the Red Hood. It's a great story he wrote, but I actually prefer how they do it in the movie. Like Batman is kind of like he kind of already thinks it's Jason Todd in the book. When he's investigating people's like coming back from the dead, like he goes to a bunch of different heroes and asks them how did they come back from the dead. So he already thinks it's Jason Todd in the book. And in the movie, he's like surprised. He's like really surprised, which I like a lot. What's up, Ryan Rivera? Has joined us. Nice, man. We get some people in here. Um, Shav Vessel's here as well. I've been hyped for this one. Oh yeah, man. We all have. We all have. Um, yeah, I always recommend the books. But once again, they do make changes, and I think it better serves the story. I think it really does. Metalheads like the Arkham Knight lore better, to be honest. Yeah, I liked how they did it in that game too. How they made Arkham Knight Red Hood and stuff. Um, of course, a lot of people saw this movie, so they thought the game was kind of redundant. But like, if Arkham Knight was like your first experience with the Red Hood story, like it probably would be pretty good, right? At least that's what I'm thinking. How's the sound coming through, guys? You guys can hear me all right, right? Um, is it lagging bad? Is it lagging bad? I really gotta shave this shit off my face. Nerdy says, I actually like how they don't try to hide the fact that Red Hood is Jason Todd for that long. Since of course fans already knew that. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. But you know why they knew that? Because this actually oh thanks Invictus. This story, the book ties into Batman Hush because in Batman Hush, Batman is fighting Red Hood in a graveyard, and then it turns out to be Clayface. But in the book, in the Under the Hood book, Jason Todd talks about that, and he says he was in that fight, but he switched places with Clayface. So yeah, like Batman's already being haunted by Jason Todd and everything. He already thinks Jason Todd is the Red Hood in the stories and stuff like that. And yeah. Oh, nerdy in many ways. Yes, the Batman Hush book is phenomenal, and I think it's a great tie-in. Like if you read these books back to back, they tie in together really well. They definitely were communicating. Yeah, nerdy. I know what you meant. I know what you meant by the comics. Invictus hasn't seen the movie since it came out. We're about to watch it right now. About to watch it right now in about 6 minutes. 6 minutes. But yeah, Batman Hush comics amazing. It's amazing. That's why the animated film let me down so much. I said it was absolute trash because it's like they didn't even capture the essence of the book. That was the problem. Like at least in Batman Under the Hood, this animated film, they keep the best parts from the book, and they just reshape it to make it a better narrative that can be in an hour and 15-minute film for sure. Yeah, Invictus. I would say the Batman Hush movie was pretty fucking bad. If you like, if you like the book at all, you're probably gonna hate that animated movie because there's no reason it should have been called Batman Hush. They should have called it Batman and Catwoman Adventures. That's what they should have called it, and I probably would have been way more lenient. Um, yeah, Invictus. Check out the movie if you can for free. Check it out for free. Shadow Vessel. The only problem I have with this movie is Mazo is nerfed down. Yes, it's funny. I reread the books yesterday because I just wanted to keep this stuff fresh in my head and stuff. Um, and Amazo in the books, he talks a lot, but he's also like the first generation Amazo. He doesn't have all the superheroes' powers yet. He only has like the basic Justice League powers, right? Um, so they definitely nerfed him down in this animated movie. But even in the book, he's only like the first generation version. So um, I think it's all right. It's a good change. I don't think it's like that distracting. Amazo's not like the pinnacle. You know what I'm saying? He's at the point you read the book, right? Okay, guys. Oh yeah, nerdy. I don't know why they switched out Killer Croc for Bane, and it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense unless they're tying it into another fucking Suicide Squad movie. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Ryan Rivera, the film felt like an MTV soap opera with Catwoman and Batman. Oh yeah, 100%. Ryan C's in the building. Happy Saturday to everybody. It's still early in the day actually. Um, Double long day to go here. Oh yeah, see, this is a great movie. Inferno says, I always hoped they'd make it an animated Long Halloween movie, but now I feel pretty mixed. That's the Batman Hush movie. Yeah, man. Dude, if they make a Long Halloween movie, that shit's got to be like two parts at least. And then you have to do Dark Victory. So you got to make the sequel Dark Victory. I really like the sequel to Long Halloween. I almost think it's almost better than Long Halloween, but obviously that's just my radical opinions here. Um, but yeah, I love Dark Victory. If they actually made a Long Halloween movie, I would really hope they do the sequel too. You know, because I feel like it's on par. It's on par at least. Yeah, Ryan Rivera. Yeah, good on you to read Dark Victory. Totally overlooked book. Like I think it's one of Two Face's like greatest books. It's like his coming out party. It's really great. Uh, very overlooked. Yeah, Inferno. I really do think. And I mean, I guess Haunted Night also is like way under the radar. I mean, Haunted Night is almost like a collection of the stories they couldn't really do in the Long Halloween. You know, um, I would Haunted Night is like its own thing, but it ties into the universe, I guess. But yeah, you guys get it. Nerdy, as an illustrator myself, I personally had a hard time with the Long Halloween art, but yeah, the story is fantastic. Oh yeah, the Long Halloween's art is something else. It is something else. It's very unique, unique New York. Yeah, it's very it's very unique. Um, yeah, dude, I don't mind it. I like it a lot. I think it's like it's different. I love Jim Lee's artwork, but like that artwork can get kind of repetitive. Because it all kind of like looks the same almost. But then you read stuff like Grant Morrison's Arkham Asylum, and it's just like the art is like beautiful. It's like a dolly painting, uh, some kind of like trippy acid painting. And then you read Long Halloween, and it feels like a amateur artwork, but I don't know. It kind of fits. Um, kind of fits. Yeah, I wish more painters did comic books. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you haven't read Arkham Asylum by Grant Morrison, I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Are we almost ready to start here? Alex Ross is a fucking amazing artist too. Uh, yeah, we're almost ready to start here. We're starting in 60 seconds. I got synced up 0 minutes 0 seconds. 0 minutes 0 seconds. This amazing animated film. Uh, one of uh, one of DC's best. Super high. Doug Judy is here. Ross should make official posters for DC films. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, Greg Capullo and Jim Lee did every single Batman comic from now on. I would not be mad. Oh yeah, Greg Capullo's artwork's also very different than Jim Lee's. I love Greg Capullo a lot. I like it. It's almost like darker. It's grittier. His art style. Inferno. I own Arkham Asylum, but I can't stand the art. I still wow. That's like the appeal of the book is the art. That's like the it's kind of like the point. Is how it looks. But anyway, let's get started here. We're under the red hood. We are under the red hood here, and we are starting in five, four, three, two, one, and play. We started on play, and I'm at the 3 second mark. We're going here. I mean, I already clicked play. I hope so. A Warner Premiere logo. Okay. Make sure you guys get synced up here. DC logo literally is coming up right now. I miss this old DC logo, by the way. I think this is like the best one they ever had. It goes to like little comic images, and you get the star coming around the DC. I like that. I think that's the best DC logo. All right, Warner Brothers Animation presents. Um, and by the way, Christopher Drake did the music for this movie. One of his best scores ever. He would go on to do the Dark Knight Returns soundtrack. But this is like his best stuff. And Ra's al Ghul makes an appearance here. I love the way they start this animated film. I really do love the way they started it. Uh, it's going back through like a death in the family. We're going to see Jason die and stuff like that. And they're setting up Ra's al Ghul to let you know like this is how Jason is going to come back. In the books, Ra's al Ghul's kind of in it, and Batman like is investigating Lazarus Pits stuff like that. Um, but I wouldn't say like Ra's al Ghul's like a huge part of the book. But in this animated movie, they definitely give him a spotlight. And here's a Joker beating Robin, which is great. Joe was it John DiMaggio does Joker's voice. He also does Bender on Futurama. He does a great Joker. A lot of people like complain, but I think he's a great voice for the Joker. There's something like really scary and dark about his portrayal. I like the dark. I like the laugh too. It's different, It's different. It's not the same old Joker. And you can actually see the wrinkles on Joker's like lips and around his eyes. It's like Joker's older here. So that's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. And he sounds older. Like it's like a deeper voice and stuff. He beating the shit out of Robin. And if you read the book, Robin beats the shit out of Joker with the crowbar to get back at Joker. Um, and I forget if he does that in the anime movie. But yeah, Joker's gonna kill Robin here. Pretty great. Yeah, I do love how they set up. Where's the detective? Ra's al Ghul is so good. Um, Inferno says, "I'm pretty sure Death in the Family anime movie was releasing soon. I hope. I hope they, and they better tie it into this animated film. Like if they were smart, like like fuck your other shared universe. Just have like one Easter egg to tie it in to this animated film. Like have John DiMaggio come back and voice the Joker in Death in the Family, right? That's how you could tie it in. Uh, what are you guys' thoughts on the Joker voice? Yeah, Ryan Very sounds like a New York mobster Joker, right? Yeah, this sounds like a Joker you get in like a Scorsese film almost. like um, a lot darker. Uh, I think everyone's so used to Mark Hamill's voice. It's tough to hear a new Joker voice. But yeah, I really love what John DiMaggio did. He's a legend, legend. Metalheads. Does HBO liking Snyder Cut tweets raise your hopes again? Yeah, that's the thing. Like why they just liking it? Like, why can't they just put out an official statement? Anyway, we'll get into that another time. I just think it's odd. It's just like you're gonna like something, but we're not gonna get any official word on it. Like, who's running their Twitter accounts? That's what I need to know. Like, why are they being so cagey about the Snyder Cut? That make a lot of sense. We're watching the movie. Now, fuck the Snyder Cut right now. Fuck the Snyder Cut. That can wait. That could wait. We waited 2 years on that. We can wait a little longer. 9. The bomb's counting down. Um, yeah, I explosion. How does his body survive the explosion? That's always something that I was like, that's a big ass explosion. Uh, how does his body survive that? Tim Curry as a Joker would be great, Ryan. Um, yeah, I agree, Doug. Shared universe is a creative huddle. Yeah. yeah. I think Snyder just likes to torture his fans. Yeah, maybe. Maybe he definitely likes to play with people. That's for sure. Definitely likes to. Yeah, he has a Zack Snyder has a great sense of humor. I think. Um, Jason, you get Batman's great failure, and now we get into the title sequence. Like that, I fucking love this title sequence. By the way, I think it's really dope. Not only is the music good, but like there's something about the photorealism of like these shots here, but it's still like animated, but it looks like photorealistic almost. I like it a lot. Yeah, John DiMaggio. His name just popped up in case you want to get synced. um, Neil Patrick Harris is in this. I think he plays Nightwing. I think. Um, Jason Isaacs also in this. What a cast! What a cast! Um, Batman Under the Red Hood. The fuck is you can't beat this music. You cannot beat. This is like I put this in my Green Lantern cut. That's how much I like it. Dun, dun. I always thought Batfleck's universe, Dick Grayson's body was almost charged since he was burnt as well. Batfleck's universe. I don't know. I don't know what their plans were for the whole Robin thing. Um, you know, Christopher Drake, music by Christopher Drake just popped up. Um, yeah, DC Comics characters. Yeah, it's just a cool opening. But I really like that whole beginning. Was a prologue to this movie that gets you caught up on the death of Superman and stuff like that. I like that a lot. Especially for like people that are new to it that have never read the book. They haven't read Death in the Family. They could watch this movie and understand what the hell's going on. Um, like this is a movie I show people that aren't into animated films because it's that good. It's that good. Um, all right, now we get the gargoyle and we're into it. We see the GCPD blimp, Gotham City 5 years later. 5 years later. See, that's something also like kind of a change because in Death in the Family, Jason Todd dies when he's like a kid. And it's more like 10, 12 years later. You know what I'm saying? And then he's like an adult. Um, this is how the graphic novel, I think this is how book one starts. Issue one. This is how issue one start or ends, one or the other. But yeah. Oh, Shadow Vessel. Yeah, yeah. I use it when Hal Jordan's going back to Oa to ask for help to save Earth. But yeah, this whole Red Hood, he gathered this meeting and stuff like that, to scare him. This is pulled straight from the comic. This is almost word for word right here. And this is what I love about this movie. They take the best parts of the book, you know, and they kind of like, get rid of all the other unnecessary parts, really, which I like a lot. Yeah. Is there too much light? Can I turn this off? Is that bad? Is that bad? I kind of want to watch it in the dark. Um, if they make a live action Red Hood movie, Jason murdered in the first act. What was it? If they make a live action Red Hood, they intro Jason in the first act, murder in the third act, second movie, he returns as the Hood. I think you skip a movie. Skip a movie, have him return in the third movie, right? Um, Metalhead's glad Tim Drake is on Red Hood. Worst Robin, in my opinion. Uh, yeah, I'm not a fan of Tim Drake either. I maybe it's just because I haven't read a lot about him. He's definitely my least fan. I like Damian Wayne more than Tim Drake for sure. That's a direct line. That's what I did that in 2 hours. You want to see if I could do it a whole evening? That's a direct line from the book, which is cool. All right, this is garbage. Right, we throw it over there. Um, Shaun of the Dead is in the building. Shaun of the Dead. Hope the family and yourself is doing good, man. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, is this Sean? Is this Sean? I can't see the tag here. I can't see the um avatar. It's not Sean Stacy, is it? Is that Sean Stacy? Yay or nay? Um, yes. Oh my god, man, how'd you find my channel? Yeah, man, we watching Under the Red Hood. We live. We live right now. I could. It looks like you from your avatar, man. What's up? Yeah, man. We need to get on podcast soon. We need to get on podcast, Sean. But yeah, we're in the fucking what's this place? This is like the dock area where they're about to fight Amazo. Um, this happens in like issue number 3 or 4, something like that. So they've already skipped a lot from the book. They skipped all the Mister Freeze stuff. There's a lot of Black Mask in the book that's they kind of gloss over in this anime movie, but I don't think that doesn't really bother me. Oh yeah, yeah, Sean. Yeah, hit me up, man. We'll do it. We will do it. Um, we got a Mazo popping in here, and yeah, man. Mazo actually talks in the book. He doesn't talk here because I don't think there's a reason. There's no reason for him to talk. It's just like a fight scene right now. But it's fine. It's fine. Sean Vesta says this movie convinced me that Jared Leto's Joker could be Jason Todd, even though I know it's not Snyder's plan. All right, all right. Yeah, that was a big rumor for a while. The Jared Leto Joker was a Robin, which I'd never liked. I never really liked that idea. But I thought Jared Leto's Joker was fine. You know, just need more of it. And this is how Nightwing acts in the book too. Like Batman's like, I don't want your help, and Nightwing's like, all right, I'm gonna help you anyway. It's pretty funny, their interactions. Uh, and these goons are like giving the backstory of Nightwing right now, which is funny because if you read the book, it's Batman talking in the inner monologue. That's how you get the backstory for Nightwing and stuff. But you can't really do inner monologues in movies, so they gave it to those goons to tell you, which is a little clunky, but it's fine. It's fine. Nice. I gotta subscribe back to you, Sean. Um, oh, you guys saying a lot here. Rogues Gallery Discussions has joined. Um, Leto's way closer to the Joker, like Hamilton, Ledger, or Phoenix. No, yeah, I always felt like that Leto Joker was more closer to the Joker we're used to, especially the backstory with the whole Ace Chemical stuff. It's all very similar. This is funny. This is that when he shoves the spikes in Amazo's ears. That's right out of the book. That's like a panel. That's straight up panel from the book, which is pretty cool. Um, I mean, the main changes is that they're fighting Amazo in the docks, which is different from the book. It starts in the docks in the book, and it moves on from there. Um, and the silly putty. This is how they take him out in the book as well, which is cool. That I like that they keep those details from the book. There's so many things they change. But when they decide to stay true, it's like word for word, which is what I like that a lot. Uh, you know, um, yeah, I wish we got more Leto's Joker, bro. Yes, this is for sure one of the greatest anime films ever. Uh, uh, kind of funny how they use Amazo to scare the thugs, and they get sniped right here. No blood though, which is surprising. This movie's rated PG-13, so maybe that's why. But like later in the movie, you get some blood, so I don't know why they held back right there. And here's your Red Hood chase. Um, yeah, I just love the way this movie handles all this stuff. Um, because no offense to the writer of Under the Hood, uh, Judd Winnick, I think his name is, whatever. No offense to him, but it's not like Under the Hood's not the greatest written book of all time. Um, it's not like it's an Alan Moore level book. The dialogue's nothing like amazing, and I think they They really honor that book and make it better in this animated film. This is a cool chase. I like this whole. He's driving away from the bat plane right now. Red Hood, and I think it's almost like a CG. Like these, all these cars are CG. It looks like. Um, there's something CG about this. It's too smooth. But yeah, man, there you go. But yeah, it's just an action scene right now. Action scene. Car chase. Cool, cool, cool. Uh, yeah, this is it's a good thing about animated movies. At least the action looks all right. When you're reading a comic book, the action's kind of like the most boring part because it's just still images. But yeah, he drives right to Ace Chemicals, if I'm not mistaken, which is cool. Like this is a whole cool twist. That's you know, it's kind of touched upon in the book, but like they really make it the center of the movie is the whole Ace Chemicals and the Red Hoods reminding Batman of his past failures with Joker and also Jason Todd and stuff like that. I really love how it ties into the Killing Joke. Like that's like this shot right here is straight Killing Joke, um, which I like a lot. Uh, Batman's first failure, I guess you could say, but very cool, very cool. I hope we get something like that in the Matt Reeves Batman. Like, give me some Ace Chemicals. Give me some Joker falling into some pits here. Always like that. Always like that. Like right here, I think Batman is thinking it's obviously might be Jason, because he's talking about memories and stuff like that. So Batman's like, all right, this has to be somebody that's really close to me. Uh, but in the comic, like Batman already like assumes it's Jason. Like he's not really surprised to find out like Jason's the Red Hood in the book. I think he's more surprised in the movie though. Um, all right, you guys have said a lot. What's up, Kyle? Kyle has joined the stream. Um, we're at the 19-minute mark, about to hit the 19 minute. You got thumb drive right here. That's funny. Okay. The thumb drives are actually becoming outdated. Isn't that hysterical? Uh, yeah, and I love how they tie. They make Joker a really big part of this animated movie. Love that as well. Yeah, Joker's in the book as well. He's in the climax and everything. But since Mister Freeze is working for Black Mask in the book, Joker kind of gets sidelined till the climax. But in this anime movie, Joker's the guy who gets hired by Black Mask. So that's really cool. That was a funny line. Nightwing's like, "Can you just once say, let's get in the car?" I think that was pretty funny. And it's kind of funny. This Batmobile reminds me of the Batman Forever Batmobile mixed with the Arkham Asylum one from the video games. But here's Arkham Asylum. I forget if this movie came out around the same time as the video game. It might have. I can't remember. I can't remember. But yeah, we're gonna go see Joker. Fucking great Joker, man. Yes, Rogues. DiMaggio does a really great job. Yeah, we're hoping for that as well, Kyle. Hoping for that as well. That would be an amazing Batman trilogy if we got something like this. It might be tough to do Red Hood though because we've seen it a little bit too much. It was in Arkham Knight, this anime film. You know, these things are really popular, so people are really familiar with the Red Hood stuff. So that's why they might not do it in the live action films. You know, damn, damn. Joker, Joker totally insulting Jason Todd, throwing some shade at Batman. He's Joker's like, "You're finally gonna do it." What a great line, by the way. You just go put me in a body cast for 6 months. What a great line. That's not in the book. So they created something new and it was really good. Say it's a uh, all the new additions they added are so good. They tie in so well. So there's no excuse for movies like Batman Hush. You know what I'm saying? Like everything new that they added in Batman Hush was fucking trash. You know that anime movie was so bad, but in this one they add a bunch of new stuff and it's all really good. So like, what was the disconnect on Batman Hush? You know what I'm saying? Like what happened on that movie? Because they even changed Black Mask in this anime movie. In the book, Black Mask has like angerment issues, but like anger management issues. Um, but he's definitely more calm in the book. Uh, he's not yelling that much in the book. In this anime movie, all you get is Black Mask like yelling and people. Which he doesn't really do that much in the books, surprisingly enough. Um, yeah, yeah, like straight off the bat, uh, Black Mask is like, yeah, he's like, oh, he's so mad, um, which like they have to get across the point that he has anger problems. So this is a great way to do that. This is kind of summing up his character all in one scene, right? When you're reading a book, you have more time to read the character and stuff like that. He always has a lot more lines in the book. But that was a great look. This is Redfoot, the Red Hood, whatever. That shit's hysterical. Like he's so angry he can't even remember Red Hood's name. Like that's just so funny. Why'd they kill him in Birds of Prey? Fuck, don't even let me think of that goddamn movie. He punches that guy. But yeah, Rogues Gallery, Batman Hush slapped me across the face. Yeah, it's definitely man. Um, don't bring up the Hush anime movie. We won't. Here we go. We're at the helicopter scene. They're setting up Red Hood. This is something they did in the book. Only Mr. Freeze was involved. Um, that's probably the only thing I missed from the book is like Mr. Freeze. That's about it. Um, there's other side characters in that book that I don't care for at all, but like Mr. Freeze was one of them that they think they should put in here. Super high. Let's hope. Let's hope that's a rumor that's true. I'm still going with the theory that Hush is in the Matt Reeves trilogy at some point. I'm still going with that because it's a character I really want to see on film. The toys. Nightwing helping Batman try to take down Red Hood here, um, and it leads to this chase, which we're about to get to. They're gonna try to hold this helicopter up with fucking um, ropes. Like they do it. I don't know how they do it, but some staples and a rope. You could hold up a helicopter. Go figure. Yeah, two ropes, two Batman ropes, I guess that will hold up the helicopter. But yeah, now we're gonna get to the chase. Uh, Pretty awesome chase. This is where Red Hood is about to cut off the Batman grappling hook. Um, I don't know what you call it. You call it a rope? What do you call it? But yeah, he's about to cut through one of Batman's ropes, which is like a real eye-opening moment for Batman. It's like no one could cut through these. I really like the moment a lot, and he's gonna shoot this thing. Pretty cool chase. Like I like it. I like it. Well thought out. Yeah, let's hope Batman is in the bat. Let's hope Black Mask is in that Batman. And let's hope they just wipe Birds of Prey out of continuity. Let's just hope they get rid of that movie. Oh God. Here, I think this is the moment. No, all right, maybe the next. It's one of these jumps. Um, but yeah, I like all the character designs in this movie as well. I think they all look pretty good. Like I like the Batman design, which is funny enough. Like this Batman almost looks like the Batman that's in The Killing Joke, right? It almost looks like the same Batman as far as like animation goes. Almost. I like how they jump on the blimp and then like jump 20 feet to the roof. Like they got quite the range. Right there. Red Hood just snapped the rope with the blade. Nightwing goes, he's very good. Oh, which is something that's in the book. Nightwing keeps commenting on how good Red Hood is, and Batman's like, shut up. We're chasing this guy. Shut up. Uh, Nothing we haven't seen before. It's a direct line from the book. It's great. It's great. They keep some of the best moments from the book. He set up bombs here. He's thinking a step ahead of you, Batman. Pretty good shit. Yeah, yeah, Rogue. Still waiting for the Kingdom Come anime movie. They better make that a two-parter. Better make it a two-parter. I don't want them to skip a single moment from the book. God damn, that book looks good. And the whole the train thing, and this is how Batman figures out it's Jason Todd. What a great way for Batman to figure it out. He actually does some detective work. He listens in and he hears Jason's voice say Bruce. So he's like, oh my God. Uh, he knows my name. It has to be this person. It has to be Jason. Um, it's a good change. You know what I'm saying? These are good changes. Before it went taut. That's a direct line from a book. What is fuck? Just great. He snapped it before it went taut. Which is something like when you read the book, you see that word taut, and you're like, "What the fuck does that mean?" You have to like look it up. Taut. Who talks like that? You know what I'm saying? And they kept that line in the anime movie. I think that's great. Batman thanks Nightwing. Um, that's a great moment. He's like, "Go rest up." Uh, he did just thank me. Not, I don't think that's in the book. I don't think Batman thanks him at all. Like, Batman's really a grouch in the book. He's really because he knows it's Jason Todd, so it's like he's really disturbed. Um, but yeah, Batman's it's an asshole in the Under the Hood book. This is a great moment. All this detective work. He's going into Adobe Premiere or something and figuring out. He's splitting the audio. You haven't lost your touch, Bruce. And that's like he's like, you know I'm Bruce. You have to be Jason. He looks at the Jason costume. Like it's pretty obvious Batman knows it's Jason. Um but yeah, it took him a moment. It took him a moment to put two and two together. In the book, he kind of just knows right off the bat, which is kind of strange. Um, but then again, they're going off of the Batman Hush graphic novel in the book, you know. It acts as a sequel to Batman Hush almost. Um, I love this flashback to Jason Todd as the Boy Wonder, and they're taking out the Riddler. And then for some reason, in the Batman Hush animated movie, they want to treat Riddler as a second tier character. Um, I fucking think it's great. This is I love this. You see the evolution of Jason Todd in these flashbacks. I love that. I love how you see him as this kid that just likes beating up thugs. And then you see him as like a teenager and he's like fucking brutalizing people. Like he's getting a little tired of playing around. Um, and he's beating the shit out of these drug dealers. Almost like a Damian Wayne. Almost like that. Actually, a lot like that. He's very aggressive. Like he just broke the dude's collarbone. I see where Robin's coming from. He had to take him down. Yeah, Chavez. I really don't want them to fuck up Kingdom Come, of course. Yeah, Rogues. I really like the teenage Robin suit. I think that's like the ideal Robin suit. Because it looks like it's body armor almost. It looks like it's protecting him. It's like the original Robin suit with like the little underwear. Like, how do you not die? Like, you have no protection. Uh, but yeah, I like that Robin suit. I like that teenage Robin suit. Yeah, the way Black Mask is talking right here, I would have dead. Seriously, dead. Uh, and it just goes way over the top. But I guess it's fine. It's not like I don't feel like Black Mask is this over the top in the book. Maybe that's just like my interpretation from reading it. But yeah, I find Black Mask really funny in the book, and they kind of capture that in this movie. He is kind of funny because he's so over the top. It just makes it hysterical. Uh, that goon's like, I gotta deal with Black Mask all the time. Pretty funny. Yeah, Kyle. Yeah, some great Black Mask moments. And like, I think if we count up the scenes, there's not that many scenes with Black Mask in this movie. Like, we only have like two scenes so far, and we're gonna get probably like two or three more, and that's about it. Oh, he just killed that dude at the bar. Red Hood's wife. Yeah, bunch of different shit in the books. Ah, is this where they run into that team of like that? Are we already at that point? Yeah, man, we're almost like halfway through the movie already. He gets set on fire. Um, yeah, they kind of go through this stuff pretty quick. You know what I'm saying? And they put I forget what you call this superhero team right here. Well, super villain team. I forget what they're called. The Fatal Four. I don't, I don't know what the fuck. I forget. But yeah, they're a neat addition. They're just here for an action sequence, really. That's about it. This is like their only role in the movie. Black Mask set up this death trap for Red Hood, and Batman and Red Hood are about to fight side by side, which is kind of cool. Which is in I think volume two of Under the Hood. They fight side by side for a moment. Does anyone know the name of this team here? Um, Rogues. Don't you love how animation can get away with the darkness, but live action gets torn apart for it? Yeah, it makes sense, right? Yeah, you're right, man. Yeah, I don't know. Like, live action movies are tough because they have to make the live action movies for everybody. It's got to be made for everybody. Even though, like the people that are into this shit are like around our age anyway. So it's like, I don't know. Why are we trying to appeal to people who haven't read, the comics or, don't really know much about these characters? Like, I don't know why the live action movies have to really go out of their way to appeal to everybody. Um, like the Dark Knight movie, like that's not a family friendly movie, like, and it made $1 billion. Like, what's the problem? Batman just sent that guy off into the sky. Who knows where that guy's gonna land? Um, Kyle says he watched the first 6 episodes of season one of the Superman anime series. It's good so far. Oh, did you notice how those first 2 episodes, when they shoot Superman to Earth, he goes right past the moon and lands on Earth? It's the same shot for Man of Steel. Same shot for Man of Steel. It's all praise Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder's a god. Okay. Um, I have watched Wonder Woman Bloodlines. I have watched Wonder Woman Bloodlines. The action's pretty good. I like the way the movie looks. It's just that it's always got to be some weird storyline. And Doctor Poison's in Bloodline too, which is kind of cool. Um, mm, yes, very Man of Steel, Superman animated series. Uh, very Man of Steel. It's great. A taser. Jason Todd's got his own taser, and this Jason Todd literally blows up this dude's head. Um, look at all that blood. Why was it okay to show all the blood right there? But when Red Hood is sniping people at the beginning of the movie, you know, they don't show any blood. There's still blood all over the wall. So like you could show blood right there, but you can't show it earlier in the movie. I I don't understand what the hell's going on there. You become a crime lord. You're a murderer, Jason. That's kind of like word for word the comic as well. That's kind of like the same sentiment. This is the same motivations. Jason Todd, Red Hood is going to do what Batman refuses to do, and that's to take out all the criminals that are, you know, killing people. If you're going to kill somebody, then you're going to die. At least that's what Jason Todd. That's what he believes. Um, and if Batman did that with the Joker, Jason Todd wouldn't have become the Red Hood. So there's a very um, deep, like logical thought process to all this stuff. Um, yeah, Metalhead's probably blood is too much work, right? It's too much animation work right there. Um, but yeah, they have no problem showing blood in all these other shots. I don't know. It's weird. Oh, Chavez, you become a crime lord. That's what sold me. The theory. Uh, yeah, I guess Jason Todd does become a crime lord because Joker's a crime lord. Yeah, I get how you could put that theory together. Um, but still, but still. Yeah, I like that moment how Alfred just drops the tray because he can't believe it's Jason Todd. If you read the book, you get a lot of clunky dialogue with Alfred going, "It can't be him, can it, Master Wayne?" You get a lot of clunky dialogue like that in the book. You just cut all that out, and you just get Alfred's like reaction, which I like a lot. You just get his action. Uh, Super High says Red Letter Media in their Joker review said Man of Steel is tone deaf. Yeah, Red Letter Media is you know, they're just people with opinions. Okay, people with opinions. I mean, it's all It's like most YouTube channels, I guess. People with opinions. Uh, I love Black Mass just punches these dudes just because he's so angry. Uh, I think that's funny, even though like in the book he acts completely different. I think it's funny in this movie, and it gets across the whole anger thing. Like Black Mask cannot control his anger. You're an idiot. Like he'll punch everybody else because they're dudes, but he's not going to punch his assistant because it's a woman. So Black Mass has some standards. He has some standards, which is funny. What's up, Liz? Liz is in the building. Liz is in the building. We are Red Hood's about to shoot an RPG at Black Mask. We're 43 minutes in. 43 minutes 5 seconds. Um, yeah, he shot a rocket to Black Mask's office. Pretty cool. Huge ass explosion, and like the door still almost decapitates Black Mask. And he's like this. I'm not dead. That's something. That's the tone Black Mask has in the book. That's how he talks, like for like most of the book. Right there, he's like, "I'm not dead." That's something. That's like the tone he has for most of the book, which is just great. Oh yeah, Liz, we're all doing great. We are all doing great right now. Having a grand old time. I think we only got like 30 minutes left in this movie already. We're in the last half hour already. These animated movies go by too fast. These good animated films, they just fly by, man. I like all this Arkham Asylum stuff. Um, in the book, Joker is he's actually in amusement mile, Joker Funland, whatever you want to call it. He's in the amusement park and he's just chilling there. And Red Hood kidnaps the Joker, and I think he like tortures the Joker and stuff like that. Um, he beats the Joker with a crowbar. Jason Todd does that in the book, like really gruesome stuff. But then again, he's beating the Joker, so I can't feel too bad for the Joker. Mhm. Well, that was a great shot of Joker looking through the cell door. What a great shot! The one eye and smiling. That great shot. And they're gonna dig up Jason Todd's body. See, like Batman in this animated movie, he still needs confirmation, right? But in the book, it's like he already believes it's Jason Todd because of what happened in Batman Hush. Like that, it's like too much of a coincidence. So it's like it has to be Jason Todd. But in this animated movie, like Batman needs the confirmation. He needs to dig up Jason's body and find out that it's not really Jason. Um, Still at rest, he wouldn't be perfectly preserved, Alfred. It's been years since he died. That's not flush. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this. Does this make Batman like dumber because he didn't know it was Jason Todd's dead body, right? Like it's a latex dummy, and he couldn't tell the difference between a latex dummy and a dead body. So and Batman's like, "I'm stupid and careless." So Batman feels dumb You know what I'm saying? Like that is not a detail Batman should have missed. But since we get Batman's reaction of him going like that was stupid of me and shit like that, it makes up for it. It makes up for it. This is great. Uh, Black Mask talking to Joker is just fucking great. Yes, Chavez. So that's how they explain it too. Is that Batman was just he's overcome with grief that he did take the time to check Jason Todd's body, um, which is like crazy. He's just eating chips. Could I have a glass of water? Um, yeah, Liz. Check it out whenever you want to, man. Um, Rogue, when's the Batman Return stream? Yeah, one day, man. One day we'll get to that. I want to watch all those live. I want to watch all the live action films as well. I want to watch all the anime ones and all the live action ones. Joker killing all of Black Mask's goons. This is a funny line. And we're gonna need some guys. What is it? Not these guys because they're dead. That I laughed hard when I first heard that. What a great line. Um, but if you read the book, it's actually Mr. Freeze that kills Black Mask's henchman, and Mr. Freeze is like, "I don't work for you, Black Mask." And he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, of course, of course." But can you do me a favor? um, yeah, but yeah, that's probably the only thing I missed is Mr. Freeze. Probably. Uh, gotta be able, say that over and over. But we're going to Ra's al Ghul. Batman's about to talk to him. I love how Ra's al Ghul always refers to Batman as the detective. That's just how he always refers to Batman, Ra's al Ghul. Um, act like you don't know what I'm talking about. Super high, Doug. Will you watch the non MCU Marvel films too? I think we could do that as well. I think we could do that as well. I like the what's it the Thomas Jane Punisher. I like the Thomas Jane Punisher. Tampa represent. It was shot in Tampa, yo. Pretty cool. Um, oh yeah, I have to give you my detailed opinions on Penguin's pajamas. There's a. I'll take a moment from this movie. In Batman Returns, there's a moment where the Penguin's walking through the cemetery, and he literally moves a headstone because the headstone's plastic, and he accidentally like hits it, and you see it like move, and it's just like it's a mistake they didn't catch when they were editing, which is great. If we ever watch the movie, I'll definitely point it out. It's hysterical. Um, oh yeah, Metalheads. I never finished the Watchmen HBO series. I got to like episode 6. I think there's only like 8 or 9 episodes, something like that. Yeah, I fucking hated it. Like, I don't think it was going to redeem itself by the next 2 episodes. So I didn't like any. There was a lot about that show I didn't like. If I ever finish it, I'll probably make a review. Metalheads. Um, yeah, dude, Penguin in Batman Returns is hysterical. He's hysterical when he bites off that dude's nose. Oh my god, like so over the top and hysterical. Okay, I can't believe they did that in a movie. Um, yeah, I like how this is how Ra's al Ghul explained it all. He felt bad for Batman, so he felt he had to rectify his mistake because he's the one that hired the Joker, to go after like Robin, and um, yeah, he felt bad about it. He felt bad about it, so he took Jason Todd's body and he brought him back to life in the Lazarus Pit, which is neat. Like it shows that Ra's al Ghul isn't like completely crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like the Lazarus Pit is what's making him crazy. But he still has some sanity. uh, to raise the dead. But yeah, they tie together so well because Ra's al Ghul's at the beginning of the movie, so they tie it all together. And all this backstory, all this exposition, it's great. Get you caught up. A lot of people don't like exposition, but I think you kind of need it right now. You have to explain how they switch the bodies. That's something like like. If they didn't do that, everybody would be complaining that they didn't explain it. So it's something that you have to do. And yeah, it makes way more sense than the Riddler jumping in the Lazarus Pit and fucking becoming Hush. Makes way more sense than that. Really like how they do it this way. There's Talia Ghul, I think. I think that's Talia Ghul right next to him. They didn't say her name, but I'm assuming it is. Um, and there's Jason Todd coming back to life in the Lazarus Pit. The Lazarus Pit's bubbling, and he comes back to life, and he's crazy. Pretty crazy. Damaged goods. Oh, yeah, you guys talk about the Punishers. Super high. I want to see Seven like a Riddler film. Oh yeah, dude. That's what I feel like we might be getting with the Matt Reeves Batman. It's gonna be it's gonna be a murder mystery, and Riddler's gonna be behind a lot of it. I think that's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. But there's got to be some other villains. Got to be some other villains. We'll see. And Batman's gone. Ra's al Ghul turned his back on Batman. Yeah, I like that line right there. Ra's al Ghul says, "Yeah, don't alert the guards. I've done enough." Like he has a lot of respect for Batman. I really like that. And if you watch Batman Begins, the live action movie, uh, Liam Neeson, he kind of portrays it Ra's al Ghul the same way. Like Ra's al Ghul does have respect for Batman and stuff like that. I liked, if you're gonna do Ra's al Ghul, that respect has to be there. Um, because Ra's al Ghul wants Batman to replace him and stuff like that. So those details are great. When they're character accurate, you know what I'm saying? You can do whatever you want. As long as you're character accurate, you keep the essence of the book, you keep the best parts from the book, you can make your adaptation however you want. You just gotta make sure you do certain things right. And I feel like this movie does a lot of things right. A lot of things right. Turned it on me. This is not what you're doing. This is like this is decent dialogue too. I would say the dialogue in this anime movie might be better than the book. Might be. Um, Of course, there's a lot of comic book writers that don't do dialogue very well. I mean, if you read Grant Morrison, you read any of his books, he's not that great at dialogue. His books are kind of like a little confusing. But still Grant Morrison's like one of the greatest writers of all time. Uh, we got Batman, we got Joker on the bridge. He's about to burn Black Mask and all his crime bosses. Metalhead says he really hates the Lazarus Pit because everybody who's dead can just come back to life, so it creates no tension. Oh yeah, that's the thing. That's comic books though. Everybody comes back from the dead. like Hal Jordan was in the afterlife. He becomes the specter, spirit of vengeance. And even it's the whole roundabout way he comes back to life. Maybe the Lazarus Pit is too easy, but they gotta bring him back somehow because nobody stays dead forever. Um, I wish they would. Some characters can die and stay dead. Dude, Joker's hysterical. He's like he's fucking with his lighter. He's like, you can't get it. That's great. I like the standoff between Red Hood and Joker. This is something you don't get in the book because Red Hood just like kidnaps Joker and beats the shit out of him, like straight up. Like it's not even like a. There's no standoff really. He just fucking takes Joker and beats the shit out of him. Um, yeah, Rogue, Final Crisis. Yeah, yeah, dude. I completely agree. Morrison books. I have to read them like a couple times to really understand it. Like even his new Green Lantern run. Like I read that book twice. And it made more sense the second time around. Um, but yeah, art style, the art in Green Lantern, Grant Morrison is fucking incredible, and the story's good. It's just that dialogue is, sometimes it's clunky and it's hard to like, you know, see the through line. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's a good way to say it. But there is a logic to it. There's always a logic to Grant Morrison's stories, and there's always something deeper going on beneath the surface. Grant Morrison's a great person. I mean, you listen to Grant Morrison talk about his books for like a couple hours. It's fucking mind blowing. If you watch the Kevin Smith podcast with Grant Morrison, you're probably gonna your mind might be blown. Grant Morrison's pretty. He's a higher intelligence, higher intelligence. He has a great voice too. And the guy who wrote Batman Under the Hood, Judd Winnick. I think I haven't heard of many other books he wrote. Um, this is like this is like the main one I know him from as Under the Hood. But yeah, I stopped reading DC continuity when they killed Connor Kent. That was my boy. Connor Kent wasn't that Superboy? Oh shit! Here comes the part where Red Hood's beating Joker. They saved this for the climax of the movie. This happens in the first volume of the trades. Uh, this is like one of the first things that Red Hood does to Joker is he beats it with this crowbar. Um, yes, Morrison's All Star Suit ran. Yeah, a lot of that is in Man of Steel as well. Um, yeah, I knew it. Yeah, Superboy had to have been Superboy. Uh, that's pretty cryptic. Joker's so great. That's pretty cryptic. How do I know you? Joker Jokers enjoy being beat up. I think that's great. That's great. Here we go, man. This is the final fight. Oh, and this flashback to Batman. He's seeing Jason Todd taking the tires off the Batmobile. Uh dude, such a nice touch. Because that's Jason Todd's origin. That's how Batman first discovers him. What a great thing to add to the movie for people who don't know that, like they could watch this movie and they'll know, dude. They don't leave anybody hanging. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes for a really good narrative, seeing all those flashbacks and stuff like that. Here comes the fight. They're fighting. Cuts the rope. Cool. He got like stabbed through people. He pins this chick up against the wall with it, and since the blade is like curved, it's like stuck in the wall, and you can't pull it out. Like only he can pull it out and stuff like that. Uh, so yeah, the blade does some cool things. He just cut off the Batman's utility belt, and they fallen on top of a church here. Very gothic. You know, fighting on top of a fucking church that looks like the same church from Arkham City. If you remember Arkham City, that church you're in that game. He takes off Batman's mask. I guess we should keep it even. That's straight out of the book. This is a scene straight out of the book. This is one of the best moments from the book. This is how the first volume ends, really. Yes. Dude, the dialogue in the book is so clunky at this moment. I forget like how bad the dialogue is in the book. It is very much improved, much improved in the movie, for sure. I don't think you can argue that. I think this dialogue in the movie is much improved. Um, but that's how it is in comics sometimes. Sometimes the dialogue's a little clunky. You gotta look at the overall story sometimes. Uh, but yeah, much better in the anime movie. Dude, what a great moment. Jason Todd has excellent dialogue right here. Fucking they're fighting right now. In the book, they're literally just standing, talking at each other. They're not fighting and talking at the same time like this, which is what I like a lot. You know, like he's trying to cut Batman's throat, and he's like telling him like, what's bothering you more, that your greatest failure has returned from the dead, or that I'm better Batman than you? Like that's some great shit. Uh, very cinematic. Like I would love for this to be in a movie, live action movie. You know, we might not ever see this in a live action movie, so you just gotta enjoy it. Just enjoy what we got. We might never see this in live action. Um, but yeah, man, I think this is one of Batman's like greatest fights. You know, it's not that flashy of a fight, but like I feel like the emotional weight that's behind the fight is like way better than most of the other fights we see in the movies and the anime movies and stuff like that. It's heavy, you know. Like he's fighting Jason Todd. Uh, Beating the shit out of him. Obviously doesn't want to hurt him that much, you know. But he punched him through a wall and shit. But still, he's not trying to kill Jason ever. I know I failed you, but I tried to save you. Just so fucking heavy. All right, they're having their moment here in the apartment. Antiquated sense of morality. Fucking Jason Todd is so on point. Hmm. I might just like be quiet and watch this thing. This is like one of the best things in a animated form right now. Gotta give the boy points. It won me and the kid. Joker does an amazing job of breaking the tension, right? Definitely love Joker breaking the tension. Party pooper. Hmm. He's got a point, Batman. That's a line from the book. These are all lines from the book now, uh, which is great. They keep the best moment from the book. This is by far the best moment from the book. And the voice acting's incredible, dude. Mm, these are direct lines from the book. Direct lines, guys. Pretty amazing. They kept like the best part. Mm. This is how like this is what I hear in my head now. Like I just read the book again yesterday, right? And this is what I hear. I hear these voices now when I'm reading these lines. That's how iconic this is. Um, so fucking good. I like how he calls Two Face Dent. I think that's a cool little detail. Mm. Here's your Batman holding a gun. Holding a gun. Batman holding a gun. It's always a pretty iconic imagery when Batman has a gun in his hands. Gonna blow his deranged brains out. This is like, sorry guys, when the movie gets good, it's like, what can you say? I mean, it's so fucking good. By far one of the best moments in any film. Period. He walks away from Jason. Like that's so Jason's face right there. Even though it's animated, like you get like he's just like, really, you gonna leave me again? Like, oh my god, it's just so it's kind of heart wrenching. But you know, Batman's got a plan. And Batman fucking times this bullet dodge, okay? You know, times the bullet dodge and throws the Batarang perfectly into the gun. So, you know, Batman wins again. And Joker makes fun of that. I like that. And everybody loses. Joker's great doing the commentary on this. And here comes the bomb. 20 seconds. That's a lot of time. 20 seconds is a lot of time. Oh, Joker's like, this is a great ending, Batman. Mm. Oh yeah, Rogues. That would be fucking hardcore movie. Shaw Vessel, I'll never come back. Another line that sold me the theory. Okay, you love that theory, Shadow Vessel. You love that theory. uh, and the whole place blows up, but somehow Batman and Joker are like fine. Couple nicks, couple bruises. Joker's probably going to be in a full body cast. I think that's pretty funny because it's a reference to earlier when Joker's like, "Are you going to put me in a full body cast again?" And that's kind of how Joker's story ends in this movie. His body gets crushed underneath all the rubble. So I like they tie that all together. I like that. Black Mask is still alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it so hard to keep good villains alive? You know what I'm saying? Like, Birds of Prey, I'm looking at you. Like, why the fuck did you kill Black Mask? And we get a little bit more about Al Ghul. All right, we're at the end of the movie, guys. Um, we're winding down here. Batman's final look at the Robin costume. No, He is a Wonder movie. He wants to always be reminded. Doesn't change anything. That's at the end of book one. This scene is at the end of book one, and I like how they put it at the end of this movie. Just an amazing adaptation. They really understood the best moments from the book and applied it to this movie. And we get the last flashback. My God, dude, that's how you fucking end it. That's how you fucking end it. I almost cried right there. Like I felt the tears coming out. It took me. I had to fight it back for a second. Like I got real quiet. I had to fight it back for a second when Robin says, "This is the greatest day of my life." Dude, that's fucking my God. Like that had me bawling the first time I saw that. When the final thing you see is Robin saying, "This is the greatest day of my life." It's almost too much. Jay Leva's in the credits, right next to Sam Liu. Um, Gosh, it's almost too much. Almost too much. Oh yeah, right, right, Shadow Vessel. This movie proves it. It proves that you could have a great movie, and a great adaptation, um, and not completely change the comic, right? Like they didn't change really anything about the comic. Uh, of course, everything that's in the comic that's important is in the movie, right? And they change around how the order is shit, and they get rid of stuff that's not entirely necessary. You know, Black Mask is still in this movie, but he's not like the central point of the movie. When in the book, Black Mask is like a big part of the book. Like you know, he's most of every single issue Black Mask is in, pretty much, except for in the first volume. Uh, but yeah, just like incredible stuff here. Lots of Japanese names here. These Japanese or Korean. I think they had this animated in Korea, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. One of those. But yeah. Um, yeah, Christopher Drake did a great job on the music. Really heightened all the scenes really well. All the voice acting was incredible. Great voice acting. Mm, Kyle says, "I hope that after Joker kills Jason in one of the Reeves films, Batman kills Joker as revenge. If he doesn't, though, that'd be fine. Then that's fine." Yeah, I mean, can you imagine if they did this in the movies? If somehow they, like the first movie, there's no Robin. Then the second movie, we get introduced to Robin. And the third movie, Robin dies. And then the fourth movie, he comes back. Uh, because, I don't know if it's just going to be a trilogy of Batman films. It might be more than that if they all are very successful. So we might get more Batman films. You never know. Um, but yeah, it's definitely going to be a trilogy right now. But whatever. Okay, we got that. Got the red. I like the red. How that makes that look. Um, yeah, they got a couple of special features on here. Robin, the story of Dick Grayson, Requiem of Tale of Jason Todd. Um, what's funny? And Batman Year One. All right, this is done. We're done. The movie's over, guys. Movie's over. What's funny? Batman Year One on that Blu-ray, they have a round table with comic creators, and Scott Snyder is in the round table, which is pretty wild. He's like the new kid on the block. He hasn't wrote Core of the Owls yet. He hasn't wrote Black Mirror yet, and he's in this a round table with these legends. And it's like Scott Snyder's about to he's about to write his like first Batman story in that round table. And dude, what a blast from the past that Batman Year One special features were. But anyway, what do you guys think of? Oh yeah, Jonah Hex short is also very good. That's the DC showcase on here. They have a Lord of the Rings animated. Oh my God, they have Legend of the Guardians trailer on here. Owl of Gahul. That can't be real. That can't be real. Legend of the Guardians. That cannot be a real trailer right now. Uh, yeah, it's Legends of the Guardians. Alex of Gahul trailer. A Zack Snyder film. Trailer is on the Under the Red Hood Blu-ray. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, but what are you guys' final thoughts on Batman Under the Red Hood? There's only so much you could say about it. It's one of the best animated films they've ever made. It's still top 5 easily. Might even be like my top 3. So good. The Robin stuff at the end. Oh God, that almost made me tear up again. Like that is just that's some heavy stuff. Heavy stuff. The whole scene where he's about to kill Joker. You let this piece of filth live. It's just so much awesomeness, so much awesomeness. Yeah, guys. Yeah, Kyle, watch it again. Watch it again. Restart this stream and watch along. It is so good. Yeah, Chavez. So this film hit every point. Like it hit every emotional peak that it needed to hit, and there was no like weird feminist shit. Like that's like every DC animated movie now. There's no weird political agenda in this movie. It's just straight up a good narrative, good story, and it fucking made the book better. You know what I'm saying? It took what the source material was and it heightened it to something better. Um, and I have no problem with them changing stuff from the comics if it gets better, no problems. Yeah, Kyle, like that Wonder Woman shit from Red Sun that wasn't in the Red Sun book, and they just added it to the animated film for no reason. None of that is in this animated film. There's no hidden agenda. There's no, like somebody trying to get over their own story. Everything's in purpose to tell a better story, to tell a grander story, I guess. But yeah, so fucking good. So fucking good. Bruce Timm was producing this movie as well, so they let the creatives got together and made a good fucking movie here. They got it in them. They made a lot of good movies too. Lots of good movies. Justice League: Crisis on Two Earths. I think that came out after this movie, and that's a good one too. We might have to watch that one day. That's another really good one. Yeah, there's so many good ones. But yeah, I mean, I can't. The only other one I could think that actually makes me like tear up is probably Dark Knight Returns in some moments, and a few other ones. But I mean, an animated film that can make you like feel, you know what I mean? Like it tug at your heartstrings. Like, come on, like animated film could do that. Holy shit! You know what I'm saying? like, like I like the Aquaman live action film, but at no point was I like on the brink of tears. You know what I'm saying? Like at no point was I like, you know, uh really emotionally distraught by Aquaman, even though I really like that movie and how accurate it is to Aquaman. It's nothing like this movie. You know what I'm saying? This movie is like way more emotionally impactful. So good. Yeah, the stuff. Yeah, that's the stuff I'm talking about, Kyle. Yeah, with the stuff with Alfred at the end, Dark Knight Returns, pretty sad stuff. Um, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Uh, dude, this movie is so good though. It was so good. Oh, but anyway, yeah, I think that's my final thoughts on it. Obviously, this movie's like a 10 out of 10 for me. Just because of how well paced it is, how well voice acted it is. The animation holds up. It might not be the greatest animation ever, but it's good enough to watch the movie, right? Like, it's good enough. Um, so good, so good. Oh, it's funny. They have four Batman animated series episodes on here, and two of them is Robin's Reckoning, part 1 and 2, and then it's Mad Love and the Laughing Fish. I don't know why Mad Love is on this Blu-ray. What the fuck does that have to do with Robin? That's a Harley Quinn and Joker story. Um, like, why is that Bruce Timm's picks for this Blu-ray? I like, I get the Laughing Fish, give you some Joker, but yeah, Robin's Reckoning. Those are probably the two animated series episodes you want to watch. Robin's Reckoning, part 1 and 2. I think that would be a good little tie-in for this anime movie. Mm, oh yeah, Alfred lived a good life. He lived a good life. Yeah, Alfred's like 90 in Dark Knight Returns. Like, he's old as dirt. He is old. Um, but yeah, guys. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about here? Talk about? Um, yeah, man, I can't say much more about Batman Under the Red Hood. It gets so many things right. So many things right. Um, but yeah. Yeah, dude, he's like definitely 90 in Dark Knight Returns. Definitely. Because Batman's like late 50s, early 60s, and Alfred's like 20, 30 years older than him. So maybe he's in his 80s, late 80s, early 90s. And they never say his age. Ryan C says, "Is Assault on Arkham a good cartoon?" Yeah, it's good. It's a good little cartoon. Yeah, it's a solid anime film. It's nothing like Under the Red Hood though. Like, nothing like this. Like a lot like the Suicide Squad live action movie. I think Suicide Squad is not meant to be very deep. It's not meant to be that emotionally gripping. It's Suicide Squad. It's meant to be like a fun action pulp adventure type thing. Um, what did I think of Justice League? What did I think of Justice League Gods and Monsters? Um, yeah, I saw that. That's good. It's good. Elseworld story doesn't really have much ties in with anything. I haven't seen it in a long time. It's been like years since I've seen that. Flashpoint was sad with his mom arc. Oh yeah, dude. Flashpoint he had to let his mom die to save the whole DC universe essentially. That's some fucked up shit. Jeff Johns, uh you cannot like what annoys me the most is when people say Jeff Johns is a good writer. I think that annoys me the most. It's like if you call Jim Lee, if you said Jim Lee, oh yeah, Jim Lee's a good artist. He's a good artist. It's like no, like he's legendary. You know what I'm saying? Like they've crushed it over and over and over. Like it's not like you're good. You know what I'm saying? You're a legendary writer. Like Jesus. Um yeah, man. Jeff Johns is good. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, that Flashpoint story was good. Like, it's the foundation of like most of what the DC universe is now. It's like all those stories Jeff Johns wrote. My God, like my God, uh, it's good. He's good. Um, Ryan C, do you think James Gunn will treat Suicide Squad great? Um, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure he's gonna make it funny. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure the Suicide Squad movie is going to be like Guardians of the Galaxy. It's going to have a lot of funny moments. My expectations for Suicide Squad are like right here. My Matt Reeves Batman expectations are up here. Suicide Squad, James Gunn's like right here. I'm not expecting much, right? Right? Not expecting anything. Because Suicide Squad's not much, guys. I've been trying to say this for like years. When it comes to like the Suicide Squad movies in animated form and live action form in the comics, the Suicide Squad is like it's just pulp fun. It's not meant to be, you know, Batman level material. Like you just look at the writers that write Suicide Squad. No offense, but it's not the 18s. You know what I'm saying? Uh right, Kyle? I don't think we have one stream mentioning John. Who mentioned suicide? Who mentioned Flashpoint? You could blame Super High Doug Judy for mentioning Flashpoint. Um, yeah, man, you can't be mentioning Jeff Johns' books and just like I'm not going to talk about how great Jeff Johns is, because we were talking about earlier with Grant Morrison. How Grant Morrison's dialogue is kind of clunky. It's kind of hard to read. You gotta have to like read it a couple times to understand what's really going on. I've never had that problem with Jeff Johns reading any of his books. The dialogue has always been on point. The stories are always on point, and he fucking crushes it every story. Like I can't think of a bad Jeff Johns book, guys. Like they all crush it. So that does bother me when people say he's a good writer because it's just like, dude, this dude has been crushing it on every book for 20 years. Like, it's like if you called Alan Moore a good writer. Like, no, he's not just a good writer. He's like one of the most, uh, influential writers ever. Alan Moore is, and like the only other writer that's compared Jeff Johns is Stan Lee. Guys, Stan Lee's the only one that could really compare. Um, and I don't think that's being hyperbolic. I think that's being pretty accurate. Um, yeah, Kyle. Yeah, man. It's tough. It's tough to talk about a lot of DC stuff and not mention Jeff Johns, guys. Uh, let's face it. Like uh, most of the good stuff we've ever seen has come from him. But anyway, we're talking about Batman Under the Red Hood, which was written by Judd Winick, Winick, right? Um, it's a little glare you got. This shiny cover. But as you see, Batman Under the Hood was originally called Under the Hood. They changed the name to Under the Red Hood now. So if you buy new printings of this book, it's going to be called Under the Red Hood. So I mean, if you're confused looking online trying to find the story arc, it's called Under the Red Hood now, and they sell both volumes in one collection now. So this is like one of the first printings of the trade paperbacks, I think. Yeah, but if you can see that name, the first name is the writer, second name is the illustrator. I think third name is the colorist. Maybe I don't know. Judd Winnick, Winnick, I guess. But yeah, this is not a writer I'm familiar with beyond Under the Red Hood, Under the Hood. If anybody has any other recommendations for any other books he's written that are like really good, I'll look into them. Wait, no, there's another one. Hold on here that he's wrote. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? I think there's something about like Gotham, something about the Gotham City. Hold on here. I have it on here somewhere. Because I was looking up Judd to see if there was any other like famous books he wrote that I haven't read, and he really hasn't written that many famous ones. But I think this was one of them. Was Gates of Gotham maybe? Ooh, who wrote it? Oh no, it's Scott Snyder. Yeah, Scott Snyder wrote Gates of Gotham. Who wrote this one? Was this also another Scott Snyder one? Scott Snyder's another legendary comic book writer. Like, if you told me Scott Snyder was a good comic book writer, I'd have to slap you in the fucking face as well. Like, he's not just a good comic book writer. You know what I'm saying? Like, god damn. What a fucking backhanded compliment. Oh, you're a good comic book writer. It's like Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus Christ. Um uh yeah. If anybody has any ideas about any other like big famous Judd books, Judd Winnick, because the only one I know that Under the Hood is probably his most famous one. Because it's Batman run. Usually, Batman runs are people's like most famous ones because Batman sells the most amount of books, guys. It really does. It's what keeps DC afloat half the time. Is all these Batman books. Um, but yeah, I mean, comic books don't sell well anyway. The last time they had a big spike in comic book sales was New 52. That's when a lot of people were jumping on comic books because it was like a fresh starting point. And that's why they did DC Rebirth because a New 52 sold so good at the beginning. They wanted to recreate that with the Rebirth books. And it worked. It worked for the Rebirth at the beginning. But of course, they didn't follow through with Rebirth a lot. I mean, they kind of just like went off on another thing, which is strange. I wish they kind of just like, doubled down on Rebirth. I kind of wish they doubled down on New 52. You know, they kind of did the same thing with New 52. It started off really good, it got better and better, and then like the end, it kind of just like dipped. And that's kind of like what Rebirth. It's kind of like the feeling I get from those books. Um, yeah, I would do a watch party for all the Punisher films. That's for sure. Yeah, Liz. Scott Snyder's a goat. He's a goat. Just like goat. Sorry, guys. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. Um, Have I kept up with Doomsday Clock? I actually ordered the hardcover of the first part of Doomsday Clock, and I have the DC Rebirth book that ties into it, and I have the Batman Flash button book that ties into it. I've read those, really good so far, really good so far, and I can't wait to get the hardcover of the first Doomsday Clock. The second hardcover for part two of Doomsday Clock actually comes out May 14th, right? I think it's like May 14th. I already pre-ordered it, so I'm getting the hardcovers. Yeah, fuck this, fuck you know, single issues, fuck trade paperbacks. I'm getting hardcovers. Rebirth is a flop in my opinion. That's what Liz says. Um, it's because they didn't follow through with it. Really, they didn't. Like a lot of people really love the start of Rebirth, but the only thing they actually followed through on was Doomsday Clock. Like that's like the one thing they committed to was like Doomsday Clock and tying in Watchmen into the DC universe. And apparently, it came out really good. I can't wait to actually delve into it. I might break down the book too. Once I get the second part, of course. I gotta get the second part. Um, my throat's getting a little dry. We're an hour 48 minutes in. I think I'm gonna wrap it up in a couple minutes, guys. I said everything I can about this book, about this movie. It's one of my favorites of all time. Unless you guys have anything more to say about this stuff. Um, oh yeah, Kyle says I could also review Marvel comics as well. Yeah, we'll see if we ever get to that. We'll see. Uh, DC Universe is so goddamn big, so goddamn big, and there's a lot of comics I'm still yet to read on DC that I want to read, like the JSA run by Jeff Johns. So, yeah. The Justice Society of America run by Jeff Johns. I want to get those omnibus books, and I want to read all of that because I hear that's very, very good. It's like, well, that's the book that put him on the map, apparently. I thought it was always like Green Lantern, but apparently, like Justice Society was like one of the main ones to like put him on the map. Um, and I never read it, so I'd be very interested to see what the hype is about those books. You know, yeah, Liz. Yeah, I like the start of the Rebirth. I like the idea. If we remember Rebirth, when that was started, I think Jeff Johns was still president of DC, and then he stepped down like right after it started to focus on Doomsday Clock and stuff like that. And Dan Danino took over for him, and now Dan Danino's fired. So whatever Dan Danino did when he took over, and whatever he did, probably messed up Rebirth. Uh, you know, I and he got fired over it. I don't really know the exact reasoning for why Dan Danino got fired. Um, he's a longtime DC guy. If you watch all these behind the scenes stuff, he usually shows up in like all of them. Dan Danino, but yeah, I think I'm gonna call it, guys. An hour 50 minutes in, hour 51 minutes in, and I've been having a problem with these streams. They don't want to fucking process. Like they'll upload, but then it takes like 12 hours to process for some reason. So if the stream's not immediately up after this ends, it's because it's processing. And it's gonna take like 12 hours. So that sucks. But you should be able to like access it. You should be able to see if you click my links on Twitter to it, you should be able to see it. Um, um Liz wants to get a couple omnibuses. Shao Vessel says, "You want a break from regular DC? DC Vertigo has Fables. It's fucking great." Oh yeah, man. I've heard of Fables. No problem, no problem, Liz. Yeah, Rebirth was a. I went down the dumpster, went down the tubes, as they say. Yeah, that's redacted. I get what you say. Went down the tubes. Um, Yeah, but there's probably a lot of behind the scenes reasons. Remember, guys, when DC Rebirth was going on, there was a lot of turmoil, a lot of people changing positions. At DC, the head of DCs were changing and stuff like that. So it wasn't it wasn't like the best time for DC. And their next event is called 5G, which is funny. It's because all the conspiracies about 5G cell towers, and the next event in DC is going to be called 5G, which has nothing to do with anything. But um, yeah, I don't have a good feeling about the 5G event. Let's just say that I don't have a good feeling about it. It's probably going to be really bad. Um, yeah, I'll catch you later, Kyle. I'll catch you later, Shadow. Yeah, I've heard great things about Fables on Vertigo as well. Yeah, yeah, Daredevil on Netflix is also very good. Okay, thanks guys for joining. I had a great stream, had a great time. Um, when this stream finally gets processed and uploaded and it's on the channel and everything, I might do a review for this. I might not, because this is kind of like a review anyway. You kind of know my feelings about the movie, okay? But anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye for now. Um, yeah, bye bye. I'm gonna fucking end it. Wait, let's see if I can end it on the right time here. See if I can end it at a certain time. Yeah,